Happy New Year. This is Coach Lou. Welcome to 2019. Can you believe we're there already? This is amazing. We hit 2018 just like a blink of the eye ago. And one of the things that I did say at the beginning of 2018 is let's go back to feeling like we're 18 again, but with the wisdom we have right now. Now, if you're 17, that might be a little bit of a jump backwards. So you might want to go forward. But for the rest of us out here, let's take that life experience that we've gotten, combine that with the energy of an 18-year-old. Let's get back to that energy and belief of a child. And there's a couple of things we're going to talk about today. I realize we're mostly focused about setting your one-year goals because it is New Year's. What we're not doing is New Year's resolutions, because New Year's resolutions tend to be the type of thing where you just simply look at it, create it, and put it away till next year and either go, oh yeah, I kind of did that, or I didn't. What I'm looking to teach you to do here is to set up calculated goals that not only do you look at annually when the year changes or when you have a big birthday, but rather teaching you how to do it in a bite-sized chunks of, okay, you have your annual goals or your 10-year goals. I mean, you can stretch this either direction. Then you break that down into your quarterlies, your monthlies, and what you need to do weekly, and then right on down to daily to achieve your goals. This is really exciting, guys. Hang in here with me for 30, 40, 50 minutes, an hour, depending on Q&A. And I think this will be something that is definitely life-changing for you, but not only life-changing for you, but for the people around you and the people you care about in the world that we want to affect. Welcome all joining on, guys. I'd like to acknowledge each and every person individually as you join on, but I do want to make sure we get the content, and I want to be respectful of your time with your families today. So I'm going to welcome everybody at once, and we will have some Q&A near the end so that you can ask some specific questions. I highly recommend that, and stick around with us. And we will also have the link in the description here that will take you to our posts that will have the replay of the video ultimately, and the spot where you can sign in to get your coaching worksheets or your workshop worksheets. So they are coaching. It's coaching about goals. But so you can actually get a goal setting worksheet at the end of this that we use with our clients, with ourselves, to help us attain these goals. The cool thing is they're blank with some guidelines, so you can use them over and over again. Feel free to share them with your family and loved ones. It's not something that we're putting out there to make money on, something that we are putting out there so that you can have use of a tool that works great for us. Everybody give me a quick thumbs up or some love as long as we've got good sound, everything's on board, picture's good, you can see okay, and if you're ready to go. A couple of things I'd like to address as we get started. I'd like to do a little bit of housekeeping here. Please, please, please have a pen and paper. If you need a second to do that, go ahead and grab a pen and paper, notebook, preferably your journal if you have one. And please turn your phones on. There we go. Everybody's on board. Loving it. Please turn your phones on silent or airplane mode. We definitely don't want to get disturbed while we're doing this. This is important stuff. This is your life we're talking about. And yeah, no, I'm not going to sound like the school principal here, or the mean teacher, but yeah, a little bit. You know, the phone calls can wait for an hour. Everything can wait. Put it all on hold for a minute. Put it on airplane, and let's go to work. I see we got quite a few people on board, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the meat and potatoes. And that's funny because I don't recommend eating meat and potatoes. Really hit the pavement here is what I should say with our goal setting workshop of 2019. Loving all the love and the thumbs up here, guys. We are going to have some fun today. Real quick, I want to take a second to introduce who I am, why I do this, and what we're all about here at Revitalize Life Fitness in Longwood. My name is Lou Bronstein, and I'm going to save you a lengthy biography on this to give you a quick rundown. Grew up in the auction industry and grew up kind of quickly. Was on my own kind of young and learned very quickly that the only way to get anywhere in life is to create your path. Create your path, create your relationships, but nobody's going to do it for you. And if you have no guidance to where you're going, and that's self-guidance, not necessarily what they told you to do at school or what you were told to do in secondary school, etc., but what you actually take action on. If you don't know where you're going, you can do really good stuff and never hit your destination. And this is where goal setting is so ultimately important in what we're doing. So I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself there. So myself, to tell you who I am, Lou Bronstein, I am a broad spectrum coach. So our main focus is on health, which is Health One. We call it our H1, because no matter what you want to do, whether it's your business, your relationships, your family, your jobs, your career, your school, etc., you need optimal health to do that. So I do put that at the top of the list of what we coach on. So I am a certified professional life coach. I am a certified sleep sciences coach, core conditioning specialist. I am certified with ISSA, and I've done extensive training with dear Tony Robbins. I've been through the leadership program and all of his programs, including Business Mastery, to learn from one of the greatest coaches I've ever come across. So I thank him for a lot of what I am able to teach today and what I've been able to develop to bring to you guys. I hope to be a portion of what he brings to the world, to be able to bring it to you guys, of what I've learned over the years to help you in coaching. So I am pretty darn well educated in coaching in all aspects, but that's not what it's really about. The reality is getting into the trenches and doing it. And this is where we have in the world, a lot of push and tug on education. People are like, well, you can't go anywhere without a college education. Then you have people that say, well, my college education has done me no good. Can I get a raise of hands on people that think that it did them no good? Can I get a raise of hands on people that think it's important? And you know what? I'm putting both hands up. Education, experience are both important. I would never denounce education, because even if your formal education didn't give you the education for what you're doing now or what you're about to do next, it taught you how to learn. And if you know how to learn and you know how to plan, you will always have tools. But you can plan and learn all you want, but if you don't know how to take action, or you don't have the motivation and the guts to take action and the guts to take some risk, all of the rest of it doesn't matter. So it's all a wheel. It's all a circle, and it's not an even wheel all the times. There's times it's out of whack and out of balance. What we do try to get you to do is learn how to balance that out as well. But you need it all. You need the education of whatever sort. That doesn't necessarily mean you've got to have a particular degree. Some of the most successful people lack some particular degrees that they could use. Some people have lots of degrees and they live under a bridge somewhere, and they need to use some of that knowledge to get out of there by taking action. And usually it's in between. Usually it's a nice balance of great education and a balance of taking a lot of action. And the bridge between that is goal setting and planning, because you can know it, you can do stuff. It's better to know what you're doing, honestly and truthfully. When you know what you're doing and you use it, that is where it melds. So enough about our introduction here, enough about me. I just want to let you know that we do have our full service fitness and life coaching studio here in Longwood if you're local. If you're not local, I'm happy to work with you via the internet like we're doing right now. We are going to do more of these live seminars as well as hybrids, where we actually have people in the studio as well as broadcasting. So if you're in for that, let me know. Would love to do that. So I'm going to ask you a question today. Why is goal setting a must? Not a luxury, not a should do. We don't want to should all over ourselves. We want to achieve, correct? Okay, so why is it a must? Hey, Circle Girl, why is it a must? It is a must because you have to know exactly what you're after to get there. Now, let me ask you a question. And sometimes people think, oh, I got to be so strict, and if I don't hit my goal, I'm an absolute blanking failure. if you set a goal, and I'm going to use financial because this is easy to quantify. If you set a goal that I'm going to make $1 million by the end of the year, and you map it all out, and you work really hard, and you make $990,000, did you fail? Ooh, man, I'll tell you what, unless you're already making over $1 million and, or that's, you're making pretty close to that, maybe that would be considered failure. But, yeah, that's right, Kelly, it is personal growth. You're hitting it. The reality there is you may be $990,000 ahead and feel like you're a failure, or go, hey, I've won. This was really close, but I've won. Look at what I've accomplished. It's better than the 100 grand or the 10 grand, whatever it was you were making a year. And that is the power of having the goal. If you just go out and work really hard, and I'll bet you a lot of everybody out there works really hard. I know we do. We work really hard a lot of times. Does that ensure you're going to hit a goal? No, especially if you don't know where the goal is or exactly what it is. Hey, I want to make more money this year. Great, you made $10 more than you did last year. Do you think you kept up with inflation? Heck no. So how much? And I'm using money as an example for this because I want to drive home and it's easy to quantify. So these are the things that you got to realize. Is maybe let's talk about body. Say you got to have, my goal is to be down to 8% body fat in the next 30 days, and you're at 15%, and you make it to 10.2%. Did you really fail? No. If you hadn't done anything or had a clue where you were going, you probably would have gone up to 16 or 17% if you did nothing. So these are my points about goal setting. It's not about hitting that exact little target in the center always. It's more about honing it down to where you want to go. And that's what's important in what we're going after today, is really setting that stage for being as close to that goal. But the important part when it's all said and done is what that goal gives you. But right now, I want you to understand that the real purpose and the real must for a goal for success is so you have a target. Because if you're all over the board, it's not happening. If you're kind of doing something, you might wind up here, etc. If you're on target, bam, you're going to be a lot further ahead. So I'm going to tell you a quick story before we get into some of the mechanics here. There was a study done at Harvard. I think it was done in the 50s, and I am going to paraphrase a little bit here because I don't have notes with specific dates, etc., because that's not what I'm after. What I'm after is inspiration for you. But this one was really inspiring me. They did a study, and they had asked the graduating class, and I swear this was in the 50s, who had a set of written goals. 5% of them graduated with written goals. 20 years later, might have been 18, might have been 22, irrelevant. They went back and interviewed the surviving members of the class and found one thing for sure. They didn't know if they had hit all their goals that they had written down, but the 5% that had the written goals were worth more financially in net worth than the entire 95% that did not. What does that tell you? It tells me I'm going to take the shot with the 95%. Goals are not 100% guaranteed. But let me tell you, if I got a 95% shot of hitting better than 95% of the world in a particular area that I'm after, would that be useful? Can I get thumbs up? Who thinks that's useful? Who thinks that's useful to be in the upper 95% in your goals? Did you guys go to sleep on me now? Come on back with me here. I don't want to drone you out. If I'm droning you out, I want you to jump up and down, do some jumping jacks, burpees, whatever it takes, because we're going to be together for a little while today, but not too long. I'm not going to pull our buddy Tony's deal of one more thing, and it's 8 hours later. You're not going to have me in front of the screen for 8 hours. All right, yeah, we're awake. There we go. All right, you're with me on this. Let's do this. Okay, so goals used to be, we used to call them a map in coaching for your plan. But that's outdated. We have GPS now. We have iPhones. We have all this cool stuff, right? Who's going to look at a map book? I still think it's cool to write stuff. It drives it home. Don't take me wrong on that. But let's liken them to a GPS. So you go, I want to go to Los Angeles, and you leave in New York. Say you're in an airplane, especially, because it could be a real crash if you don't take care of yourself. Type it in. I want to go to LAX. You get out there and you're flying along, and boom, boom, oh man, that's some turbulence. Oh, hang on, there's a plane there. You're cruising along, and you go, oh man, I'm off course. What are you going to do? Slam the plane into the ground and go, I give up, I'm never going to get to my destination? Or are you going to wind up in Wichita and go, well, it's kind of where I ended up? That's what happens without goals. You don't set that goal and you're not specific about it, guess what? You're going to wind up wherever the heck you are, or you're going to crash. So you get bumped and bruised as you're going along, as in the airplane example, but they get back on course. You go, okay, GPS tells me I got to go a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. Perfect, back on course. You know, it's pretty amazing that almost every flight that takes off from everywhere, generally, thank God, makes it to where it's going. Very rarely, except for one time, and I won't mention the airline that put us down in the wrong airport almost by accident. But they're quickly, their GPS warned them they were in the wrong spot. Good thing, 'cause it was the wrong size airport. Anyway, unique experience. I'll tell you in person. I would never want to, badmouth anybody. Nobody got hurt, so we're good. But, God willing, almost every flight goes where it's going and lands and hits on the mark. It might not be within 12 inches, because that runway is pretty wide. They get really close, though, to make sure they're on the runway. So I hope that gives you the concept of what we're after. What I really want to bring to you is simplifying the ever-living stuff, I didn't say it, the ever-living stuff out of what we're doing. We don't want to make this too complicated. We don't want to buy 10 softwares to try to figure out how to plan it and place it and da-da-da-da. And by the time you're done, next year's come along and you go, I just finished my goal-setting workshop. Oh my God, I lost a whole year. Wow. Now, I'm going to get down to it, make it simple, take action, hit that goal, and get on with it. So once you have your GPS set, you do have to come up with an action plan, and that's as you hit turbulence and stuff comes up and you make it over Wichita and you go, no, I don't want to go there. I want to go to, I'm using that as an example. I don't know why. I want to go to Los Angeles. I want to go eat sushi, whatever the case is. But okay, so you've done that. And then as you're going through, you've got to assess those actions and readjust. That's going around the turbulence, the speed bumps, the IRS letter that comes in, the funding that didn't go through, the deal you didn't get, the school you didn't get into, whatever stage of life you're at, those things are going to happen where you're going to go, shoot, I didn't plan on that. What do I do now? Readjust. You might even readjust your actual destination. Because as you're going in different stages of life and different times, you may find that there's a different direction you want to go in. There might be something you go, wow, this was really nourishing, but I have a calling towards something else, but now I got all these tools to use for it. So a goal, once you set it in stone, may change. Only change it though if it's because of growth in something you've gotten into. Don't change it because it's become too hard, or you don't want to put in the effort, because that will weaken your goal setting muscle. That'll go instead of okay? So don't ever give up on a goal because it's a little difficult or problems or challenges come up. That makes you stronger. That makes it even more valuable. But if your needs change, your desires change, and there's something that's even better comes up, you can readjust that goal. It's not set in stone if it's no longer serving you. Hopefully this makes sense to you. So what I want to get into now is the anatomy of a goal. And this is the meat and potatoes, if you want to use those words, of what we get into. This is really what happens right here. This is how you do it. This is the recipe. It is what it is. There's a recipe for this stuff. So we're going to start off with, first off, you need a vision. And what we're going to do with this is I'm going to have you close your eyes for about 30 seconds. I see you guys. Close them. Come on. Close your eyes. Play along with this. If you're going to spend the time doing this, it's like to spend the time taking action on a goal. Let's do it right. Close your eyes and think. And we'll go short term. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Make sure those eyes are closed. This is going to be only about 30 seconds of your life here. Where are you going to be in 5 years if you don't change anything? How would it be? Is anything really going to change? Are you really going to have the life you desire, the body, the family, the relationships, the career, the business? If you do nothing, is it going to change? Take a second, shake that out, keep those eyes closed, shake your body, act like a chicken, take a deep breath. No limits, no limits. Hear me, no limits. If you could have life any way you want 5 years from now, what would it look like? What is that life? Where are you? Where do you live? Who's in your life? What do you do for a living? What do you contribute? How much have you grown? Who have you become? What have you learned if you're living your optimal life because of this goal? What is it you really want? Ask yourself, are you there? What is it you really, really want? Not what's maybe possible, not what you're pre-programmed to get, not what your family told you should be. What do you really want? Where is it? There it is. Do you have it? Do you have that feeling in your gut? This is what I want. And this is what I'm talking about. This is your vision. Open up your eyes, write it down. What is that goal? Clearly write down specifically what it is. I'm going to use real estate as an example right now. If you pictured a home in San Diego outlooking the water and the mountains on all sides with glass sides and a glass roof so you can see the stars at night, write it down specifically. If it's a foundation you want to create, a world you want to feed, if it's the body you want, write it down specifically what it is. Find pictures of it. What is it? Define it quantifiably. If it's a financial goal, is it 1 million? Is it to make 100,000? Is it to make 10,000? I don't know, and I don't judge by what your goals are. Not everybody needs $1 million to be happy. I certainly think it would help if you use it properly. But let me tell you something. People who are grateful would be more grateful with $1 million. And some of you out there laughing at me, and I know some of my constituents are going, yeah, I make 10 billion, Lou. What are you talking about? All right, so 11 billion, whatever it is. And some people are going to be talking $1 million. I only make 10,000 a year. That's fine. Maybe your goal is to make 2,000 more a year so you can take your family on a vacation. What is it? Quantify it to the T. And we talk about this. If you set it for $1 million and you hit 9990 or 99990, whatever it is, $990,000, you're still a heck of a lot further ahead unless you're already making more than that. So my whole point to this is quantify it. Exactly write it out. And I hope you're doing this while we're talking, but I'm going to walk you through a worksheet at the end where we actually walk through what we're going to do. So do we have it? Now let's set that GPS. All right, let's say it's a 5-year goal and I want this. So what do you need to do in 5 years to hit that goal? If it's to have $1 million, and I hope you don't try to wait 5 years to do that one, but if it's to have $1 million after 5 years, what does that take per year? Break it down. What's it take per year? What's it take per month? What's it take per week? What's it take per day? Oh, easy. Get the calculator out. I know your iPhone has one, or your Android has one. So, do it. Break it down. What is it? Somebody caught that one. Good job, guys. I am watching you. I'm watching. I'm here. I'm right there in the living room or the kitchen or your office with you, if you're in the office too. So accurately define that outcome, whatever it is. Write it out to a T, because it's not exactly hitting that. A lot of you will exceed your outcome, but you'll also, that's a blooper right there, the motorcycle going by. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Write that outcome down so that you have that target. Set up those very specific checkpoints. What do I need to do daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, quarterly, bi-yearly, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Where do I need to be so you can measure it? Let me tell you, you come up on those dates and you go, you know what? I'm going to kick myself in the butt if I don't have X. And not physically kick yourself in the butt. kick yourself in the butt proverbially. Get going. If you've fallen short, if you're ahead, celebrate and keep going. Don't rest on your laurels, let me tell you, because there's always something that's going to come along and pow for a second there. And it's going to knock you sideways when you're going after a goal. The closer you get, bam, the harder it hits. You get closer, bam. That's what most people give up. That's when the non-Rockies of the world fall on the ground and go, I'm going to go for the 10 count. I'm done. Or standing 8. But the Rockies of the world know the harder you're getting hit sometimes, the closer you are to your goal. I got a quick story for you. Years ago, I was out rollerblading. It was in a tough time. It was right before the 2008 crash was happening in the real estate. Things were going on, personal things for me. It wasn't one of my best years. I went out, my release was to go rollerblading. You know, Lexi and I lived over by the Seminole Trail. She was, I think, at school. It was a rainy day. Things just weren't going too well, and I needed to go clear my head. So I go out on that trail, and I'm skating like a madman. I make it back, and it starts raining, and I'm wet. And I come up to the front door, and I got these 2 little steps going in the house. And I'm like feeling better. I'm pumped up. You know, I'm going to conquer this. You know, whatever's coming at me. And I know there's a lot coming at me with the way this whole market's going and everything. And all of a sudden, I'm like, my phone. I lost my phone. Okay, you're saying, well, it's a phone. Replace it. Insurance, whatever. $100 phone that it probably was in that time. But then it dawns on me. I got all Lexi's little pictures on there and films of her Christmas plays and stuff, you know, and I'm like, I'm heartbroken. All of a sudden it comes over me. I'm going to find that effing phone. I'm going out there. It's pouring rain. I'm going to find this phone. And I go back and I retrace my steps and I'm wet and I'm checking in the grass because, you know, when you're rollerblading, that thing could bounce and poof. I get back to my yard, hour and a half, 2 hours later. I'm a drowned rat. My heart's broken. I'm just sick. I go to walk in the door. There's the phone. I just gave up. And there it is. There's the phone laying on the last step going in the house. That's where I dropped it, opening the door. Didn't look there because I'm like, oh, my phone. Yeah, I'm assuming it, you know, came out roller skating like a madman. And in that moment, something was born in me. And it was the reality of helping people to understand that when it's the darkest, it's about to get light. When you're about to quit, it's probably when you're going to have the breakthrough. Don't be a victim of the phone. I know it sounds silly, but it's something you can use to go back on. Don't be a victim of giving up. When you're about to give up, you're usually about to break through. Are you with me on this? Everybody still awake? Come on, stick with me here. I know this is kind of like, oh my God, we're going to go to sleep on this one. So after you check your checkpoints and you get through the temptations to quit and you hit your goal, what do? Celebrate, of course. How do you celebrate? In a way that goes along with your goal. Celebrate it. Joyous, share it. You know, you've grown. Reflect on it, journal it, write it down, teach it. When you can teach something, you are a true master. You really have it. When you've done it and now you can teach it, you've mastered it. You have won. You have got the ultimate goal. Awesome. So celebrating, but what comes right after celebrating? Another goal. It's not over. Not over till you take your last breath. There's always more. What has all that growth and teaching gotten you? It's gotten you a goal. And a lot of times people hit a goal and they go, now what? Is it fulfilling? That's the next level here. This is the part that I don't have, that I didn't map out and, you know, go, okay, I got to cover this. This is the part where I get to cover with you. And that is the part in the art of fulfillment. You can get anything in this world and go, is that all there is? And if you're not fulfilled, what's it worth? What's $1 million if you have no one to share it with and you're unhappy? It's still $1 million, better than not having a penny and no one to share it with. But I think that most of us would agree They'd rather have half of something and be able to share it and be fulfilled than have all of this and not be fulfilled at all. And this is maybe, just maybe, why I'm in the office on New Year's Day. Without a hangover, mind you, because I don't believe in drinking and getting sloshed on New Year's Eve. Not that I fault you if you have a drink or two. I have a glass of wine once in a great while. Not often, because I like my energy level better. But that's a whole different discussion. My whole point to this is fulfillment. This isn't, hey, you're right. It has got to be fulfillment. You guys didn't pay to be on this call today, right? So it's not like I'm coming in to do work. No, I get to do my mission instead. I am fulfilled to see all the love, the hands up, the thumbs up, the people's faces that I see are on this call who are looking to make a difference. That fulfills me to be able to touch your life. If something, one little piece of what I say today helps you to do better and to go back out there and do something that makes somebody else's life better on top of it, I'm fulfilled. That's what this is all about. This is the greatest fulfillment, one of. I have many, but one of, to know that something I say is going to resonate with one, or maybe all of you, or maybe 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 more people after this replay gets released, that will make a difference and make you make a difference. And that's what's called fulfillment. When you hit that goal, make sure that it's fulfilling you. And that is the reason why we have the goals. And that is the reason why you're going to have a worksheet and you're going to work through it so that you can actually have the fulfillment at the end of it. And that's what the worksheet is all about. So I know you don't have the worksheet yet, but you will. So take out that pen and paper, take a couple deep breaths. If you got some music on your phone that you really love, that's really motivating, put it on next to you while we're doing this. Because I'm going to walk you through setting up that goal setting process. So take a minute, put on some music, take a couple deep breaths, envision the most fun you've ever had, get playful, go back to childhood. When you were a child at Christmas or whatever holidays you celebrate, I'm respective of all, whatever you celebrated, did you the night before sit there and go, man, I'm probably going to get a lump of coal? No. If somebody said, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for your holiday gift? Oh, I want this. I want a swimming pool. I want a fire truck. I want this, that, or the other. What about career-wise? You ask a kid, what do you want to be? I want to be president. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a cop. You ask an adult, they're like, I want to make a couple more dollars an hour. Really? Get excited. Let's do this. Okay. So we're going to take out that pen and paper. We're going to write that goal out. What is that goal? What do you really want? What's your time frame? You got your goal, you got your time frame. What is that goal? Is it compelling? Does it get you excited like a kid on the night before Christmas? Or is it, well, if this happens, things will be a little better? Get a more potent goal. Impotent goals get you impotent results. Great goals might only get you good results. Outstanding goals are where it's all at. That's going to get you the outstanding result when you go for the top. Because I'd rather go for this and get here than go for this and get here. I'd rather fall short of an amazing goal than exceed a weak goal. Do you have your goal? Let me get a thumbs up if you got your goals, guys. I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. I know I'm going to kind of hurry you through this, and you can go back and work on it time and time and time again, because you will, because you better have more than one goal. Does everybody have one goal at least that we can work on right now? Let me get a thumbs up, some love on that one. All right. So the next question is, why do you want that goal? And you're like, hey, is this really a step in this? I know what I want. Yeah, why? Why do you want that? Picture it. What's it really going to give you? What is that goal going to give you? No, stop. Write it down. Don't put things down. Yeah, $1 million will get you a Ferrari if that's your goal. Okay, and if that's your goal, that's fine. Ferrari would be awesome to play with. But what's it really going to give you? You don't want a piece of metal and rubber with some keys and a really large maintenance bill sitting in your driveway, do you? No. What is it going to give you if you get that Ferrari and that's your goal and you're running the coastline and you're free? Oh, maybe it's freedom. Oh, and it's fun. And, maybe you're single and you think, hey, the girls or the guys will love me in this one. Or maybe you're married and have kids and you're going, we could have a limo for my wife or my husband and I and my kids. And, wow, how cool would that be? Or whatever the case is, but let's get off of the thing focus for this part of it. The thing is the goal, obviously. This is what it's going to give you. That is the important part. What is this going to give you? Do you have it? Are we on board with this? Do you have the emotion? Do you have the emotional tie to your goal? Is it in here in your heart? The goal is here. The why is here. The rest of it integrates. Are we there? Thumbs up, ready to go? All right, next step up. How are you going to get there? And what's the timeline? What are your action items? And I'm going to clarify some. We're going to stop, throw your pencil on the ground, your pen, drop it, and we need to talk about something here because we all do this crap. Oh, I said a bad word. No, really, honestly, we all do this. We get up. All right, this is what I got to do today. All right, number one, I got to SS&S. Who knows what that is? Then I gotta make breakfast for the kids, or I gotta stop at the dry cleaners. I gotta. God, I'm overwhelmed. After about the 6th or 7th gotta, I'd go back to bed. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk at a later date about morning rituals to simplify this, but we're not going to overload today. It's a whole nother day. Gotta do, to-do lists become gotta do, and the focus becomes on the to-do list. And the to-do list is tedious because you know what? The minute you scratch something off, there's something else you gotta do. And you're going, yeah, but you're talking about there's action. You gotta take action. That means do, right? Coach Lou, you're a kook. You don't sit back. I'm certainly not going to preach to you the secret mentality of, oh, I'm going to put it out there and it's going to happen. Where is it? I'm going to say, oh, I'm going to put it out there and it's going to happen, and I'm going to step up and go after it. You got to put it out there. You got to know what you're after. We've already covered that step, right? That the secret isn't so far-fetched in that aspect that if you don't put it out there and you don't believe in it, you're certainly never going to get it. And I agree with that. But that's where the secret and reality part. Because you can't just keep putting it out there. You must. You gotta, in your version of putting it out there, and my version is getting it on paper and mapping out your goal, not just sitting there thinking about something. Because if you keep it in your head, you're done. In your head, you're dead. It's just that simple. It ain't going to happen. But my point is, yeah, you already got this stage done and where we're at in this workshop. You put it down. You know why you're after it. You've got that done. Now it's time for action. And action items vary from to-do lists and one simple. Are you ready for this? This is the $1 million question. If you want to send me a check for $1 million because this makes your life work, please do, because it would be nice. But regardless, here it is. You ready for the $1 million thing? The big difference? A to-do list is tedious, never ends, and it must be completed. Action items, on the other hand, are pieces of the stages of your map or your GPS to get to your goal. However, let me ask you a question. If you goal, and we're going to quantify this with money because it's the easiest way to do it. Maybe you're starting out, or you're taking a challenge in your business and going to the next level, and you say, you know what, right now I'm making $100 a day, and it's really tough. So my goal is to make $500 today. I've got to make $500 today. That's my goal. And to do that, I've got to get up. I've got to make X amount of calls. I've got to deliver this to this client, that to that client, talk to this guy, do this. And, you got a list of maybe 10, 12, 15 things that you need to do to make that $500 that day. And you need this 500 because your business needs it or your household needs it, whatever the case is. Just, work with me on this. If this doesn't exactly match what you're after, It's the concept we're after here. So, all right, you start out and you go, okay, I got to get up in the morning. I got to make 3 sales calls. I've got to go here. I got to go there. I got to check the mail on the way in. I have to follow up with Sally. I've got to follow up on this. I've got to send a bill out on that. And you start to get in there, it's getting a little tedious here. It's getting a little bit tedious. And you go in the office and you're like, okay, boom, made a couple calls. Nobody's calling me back. And you start with that BS talk in your head of, oh no, if I can't get somebody to respond to me, how am I going to get that? Well, let me go on my list here. I got to check the mail. You go out and check the mail, and a delinquent account or somebody that owed you money for the last 10 years sent you a check for $500. Oh, okay. Well, I better get back in the office and wait. How much further do we have to go on this to-do list? Maybe there's things that you have to do to maintain your business, your reputation, etc. I'm not saying blow the world off and go party, but your 500's there. Using this as an example. This could be a million different things, and it's so individual for everybody. But think about it. Your 500's there. Your to-do list, your action items are done for the day. That was your goal, your outcome. That's what you really got. You were after that, not to check off shit on a list. Okay? Are we good with this? The list is tedious. The outcome can happen like that, or you might have to go all the way down the list. You might end up adding to it, and you might end up working an extra 5 hours that day if that 500 was a must. If you're prepared to do stuff like that, you're the person on this call today. That's the person that will succeed. If you're prepared to do the 20-hour day, if that's what it takes to get it done. But you're also the person that will succeed that realizes if you get it done in the first hour, you don't have to put in the 20. You're probably going to put in more than an hour. I'm not going to sell you the BS that you can work an hour a day or 5 hours a week and tell you that that's going to really do it. You might only do a particular part of your work, the really hard stuff, a few hours a week. And you might have a system in place already and you're going, yeah, I don't really have to work 20-hour days. That's awesome. But you're always working. If you're an entrepreneur, you're always working, you're always creating. If you're working for a company and you're really putting your guts into it, you're really doing it. If you're a parent and you've got great kids, you're doing more than a couple hours a night of homework study with them. Let's face the reality. But the fact of the matter is here, once you hit your outcome, 90% of those to-dos are going to go away. Some of them are still going to be there because you got to maintain reputation, feed the kids dinner. Even if your outcome for the day was to have an awesome day with your family, and part of that was making the kids dinner and feeding them, and you had a great morning with them, oh, hey kids, screw it, you don't need to eat for the day? No, there's some important stuff. But if you had this great plan out about this is what I'm going to do to make this great day for my kids, and you turn around and all of a sudden you've had a great day within the first hour, the outcome's there. You still might have to feed them and stuff. I mean, it might be a good idea. Just saying, but using that as silly examples. But I think it's an awesome thing that, getting outcome focused as opposed to to-do list focused is going to make your goal planning, your goal achievement, not only easier, more expedient, but a whole heck of a lot more fun. This isn't going to be tedious. Getting these goals done is supposed to give you major rewards. And that's what it's all about. It's about the reward. It's about hitting the goal in a fashion that you're fulfilled. There's that F word again. We're back to fulfilled, guys. Not just the things. The things are only a vehicle to fulfillment. And I'm not recommending to not want things. You can go sit in a blank room and meditate and have a great experience. But I think it's greater to have things and be able to travel and to get the things you want. By all means, I want you to be prosperous. I want you to be successful, but not at the cost of the fulfillment. We got to find that balance. Success and fulfillment isn't one or the other. It's a melding of the two. Success with fulfillment is the win. Success without fulfillment, you're wandering. Fulfillment without success, you're fulfilled under a bridge. You gotta meld them. And I really sincerely hope that what I'm talking to you about really hits home to everybody. I know I throw a lot of sarcasm and a lot of left and right in here. Most everybody's in the middle. You know, you're in the middle. You might not be as successful as you'd like to be or fulfilled, but you're not living on the street, and you know your kids are starving. And the other side of it is, you know, you're not discontent. Things are okay, but you're not really fulfilled either. So getting that together in a way where you're going up and growing both, wow, that's where the joy is. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about, the goal setting today. So after you've celebrated your success and focused on journaling, this is important. On your worksheet, you're going to find there's a journal at the end of it. What did you learn? Who did you become? What was your growth? How did you contribute? Who are you now because of setting that goal? That's what it's all about. You may have hit the thing. You might have exceeded the thing. But what did it do for you getting there? What if you're 350 pounds and not of solid muscle, and you see a thing on TV and it's a Spartan race and you want to do that, and it's 12 months away because you want to go do the one in Las Vegas, and you're going, who am I kidding? I can't walk to the mailbox without sitting down for a minute. Do I judge you if you're there? No. Do I judge you if you stay there? Probably need to be. Somebody needs to. You need to judge yourself. But do I judge you to where you are from anywhere up until now? No. It's what you do from now on out. And you need to be a judge of you. I'm not going to judge you. But, you know, that person, using that person as an example, gets up and goes, I'm done. I don't want to weigh this. I don't want to struggle to get out. I don't want to look at my kids and wish I could do something with them. I don't want to feel like I'm going to drop dead every minute. And I know I'm using an extreme here, but there's people I'm talking to, and if you're on here and that's you, you're going, yeah, that's me. What are you going to do about it when this call's over with? What are you going to do? Now let's take that person. They step up. You know, first thing they do, I know my goal. I'm going to Vegas to do the Spartan next year, 12 months from now. And his little voice starts gnawing at him, going like, hell you will. Can't get off the couch. But they get that something changes, and they want it because they know why. They don't want to die. They have kids to raise, grandkids, a business, a spouse, something that means more to them than themselves. They relate being in a body that's not being taken care of to, you know, being a slap in the face to their creator, whatever it is that makes them get up off that couch and go, I'm booking this. Now what? Okay, I'm 350 pounds. I'm going to go run this 5 or 8 mile race through barbed wire and this, that, and the other. Not going to do it tomorrow. Good try. Well, what do? Okay, well, let's put together an action plan. I'm going to go get a trainer. I'm going to start working out. I'm going to commit to 3 days a week of training. I'm going to walk the other 3 days. And on the other day, I'm going to rest, but I'm going to fast. Ooh, wow. All of a sudden, this whole lifestyle of Burger King and McShit has gone away. And now we're eating clean and we're exercising. A month down the road, not a ton has changed, but you know, I feel a little better. My clothes fit a little better. Well, okay, I'm winning. 6 months down the road, this person's really changed. Now they're feeling the energy, they're seeing the rewards, but there's still 6 months to go. So they go do this race, and they do it 12 months, they rock and roll it, and maybe their goal was to win it, but they don't win the race. But now they're 220 pounds of sheer energy. Their kids love them. They're like a whole new person. Their business is flourishing. They feel like $1 million. And they go, but I didn't win the Spartan race. Didn't you, though? What if you had just stayed on the couch eating McDonald's? Where would you be today? See, these are the things that I talk about to get you induced into this, and to get into it, not give up, and to go forward, because the real win is what you're going to see in your journal at the end of it. And at the end of your life, that's the real win. What were your experiences? You know, you die with $10 billion, or you die with $10, you're still dead. You know, granted, you're going to a better place, hopefully, but You did. Maybe you took care of your family, this, that, or the other, and maybe you did or maybe you didn't, because there's a lot of trust fund babies that are under bridges and have drug issues. And then there's people that came from the absolute middle of the hood that have absolutely made it and share that wisdom and growth and everything with everybody else. There's everybody in between. Let's step up and just be better than we are. And we do that through goals. If you don't know where you're going, it ain't happening. It's going to be a little recap here for you. So once you know what you want specifically and it excites you, figure out why. Don't start writing down, I gotta do. Figure out why, what drives me? What is the real reason I'm doing this? Because let me tell you something, when you got that real reason in your heart and soul, when you want something as much as you want to breathe your next breath, amen, you're going to do something. Make that action plan, but don't get so caught up in the plan that if something is off course and needs adjusting, or you hit a certain level and you don't have to do some of this other clutter, sweep it out, carry on, next step. Make this easy, set this up to win, but make it so that it makes you grow in the process. Then you get to your goal. What did it give you? What are you really fulfilled? What did it accomplish within you as a person? How did it affect other people? And heck yeah, let's celebrate. I got my Ferrari or whatever it is you were after, or my beach house, or my gorgeous view off the side of a mountain to live on, or a nice vacation home, or a great vacation, or the school of my dreams for my kids. Whatever it is, celebrate it and realize this isn't an end. Unless they're putting you in the ground that day when you hit your goal. God willing, you last a little bit longer, right? What's next? What's the next goal? And then you go, okay, now this is sounding tiring. This sounds like a to-do list. I'm going to finish a goal and start another one. What's the matter with you, Bronstein? What's the deal here? Huh? Never ends? Yeah, never ends. But you know what? The rewards never end. They will keep spilling back to you, keep coming back to you in ways that you will never realize. And you will touch lives in ways that you do not realize by your growth. Look back 10 years. If you've been on a journey of any sort of personal growth, where were you 10 years ago? Huh? It is a fact. Absolutely. Where were you 10 years ago? Are you where you thought you'd be 10 years later? Are you ahead of it? Can you even conceive? Could you have conceived where you were going to be now, 10 years ago? Or are you disappointed with where you are? Here's the cool thing. Not a damn thing you can do about that except for learn from it. What you can do is make sure the next 10 years, if you're disappointed about where you are today, 10 years from today, you don't have to be. A year from today, 10 days from today, you don't have to be disappointed. Let that disappointment drive you. Pain is a huge driver. If you screwed up and you've been screwing up, acknowledge it. Let it push you forward. Say, I'm drawing the line. Sometimes drawing the line or the pain to push makes people go a lot further than what I'd like to have. Must have is how you got to feel about something. You got to feel like I must have this quality of life, this ethic, this standard for what I'm doing. If you think it's a should, you're shoulding all over yourself. And I'm telling you, that's not the way to do it. So I am really excited, absolutely excited about this morning. There's my one mistake of the day. My goal is to only have one a day. I'm screwed for the rest of the day. I got to be perfect. Not. Anyway, that's a joke. If you know me, especially if you're related to me, you know about that. So what are we ready to do? Are we going to take action? Did you take action during this call or this broadcast? Do you want more of it? These are questions I'm asking you. Hi, Maddie. I see the heart. I love you too. Do you want to do this? Do you need to do this? Can you combine want and need into something outstanding? So the link is already there. If you've hung in here waiting for this big link so you can get your piece of papers, it's already up there. That is going to link you over to the blog post in our site where you can fill out a form, get your worksheet, and also ultimately the replay will be on there. There's a little present video on there for you as well in the meantime. That's just the 7 steps to success. Just a quick little 3-minute production that I put together for you guys. And being respectful of your time, we are going to close soon. on this call. We've been 54 minutes and 41 seconds. Hopefully you tell me it felt like a lot less than that. So guess what time it is? Besides almost 4 o'clock on New Year's Day 2019. New year, new you, we're ready to go. It's Q&A time. Send them on. If you got questions, I'll be happy to answer. Kevin, I see you have one right there. Support group meeting at X Sushi Restaurant. I didn't know there's a place called X Sushi, but it sounds cool. Yes, I would love to do that, and we do love sushi. And you and Kelly have your 1-year goals. I'm absolutely proud of you. Keep that going. Now what we need to do is get those 1-year goals. Oh, I'm way behind on my comments here, guys. Get those 1-year goals going, but break them down into monthly, quarterly, and weekly. And Carla, you're not hungover because someone has training for her first terrain race. Yes, everybody give Carla some love and affection. She is doing a terrain race in Buffalo. I'm coming up to do this. So we're going to start training for that, and I'm so proud of you. I love you too, sweetheart, and it is going to be an amazing race. Guys, we do some local ones if you want to all get together and do some of this. We're going to do it. We do have boot camp. We have our challenge starting at the gym on the 4th, and then the 6th we have our health eating and lifestyle seminar. The challenge comes along with the opportunity to win a 50-inch flat screen TV and some other awesome prizes for the winners. And that starts on the 4th, so message me, call me, text me, email me, anything about that, I'll let you know. And yes, live longer is definitely a plus. And we're going to talk about that H1 more. 10-hour workday tomorrow, Hannah. I am proud of you. You guys are rocking, absolutely rocking. We got a lot of motivated people on here. Yes, Kevin. Fast word, that F word, yes. And the other F word is fulfillment. Hey, Sean, long time no see. Hope to see you in boot camp soon. Glad to see you're on. Craig, how's it going? If I miss you guys, I'm scrolling quickly, so I just want to make sure I'm doing this. And Hannah, can you come pick us up from Buffalo? I would love to. What might be easier is to get the airplane to send their GPS down to Florida and you fly down to me, but that would be fun, fun, fun. It's going to be awesome, guys. So when are we ready to get started? Today? Right now? Many of you have started already, and that's what I want to hear. I hope you've already started and got your goals. Reach out to me if you need anything. We're going to do more and more of this, and I really would like to take a poll, and you can get a hold of me individually or however you want to do this. Do you love the lives? Are these something that we could do more seminars? And is this a great format for you? Would you love to see the radio show come back? Both. Would you like to do? What type of coaching would serve you best? Share that with me. In the meantime, I'm going to give you one more time. Close your eyes before we close out. Picture not taking action on that goal you set today. How does that feel? Where are you in a year if you do nothing to transform or change your life? Make sure your eyes are closed. You don't need to look at me for this one. Where are you going? Where are you if you don't change? How about 10 years down the road? What do you look like? What are your relationships like? What are your businesses like? What's your job like if you don't make any change? If you don't take any steps on this goal or the other goals you set? Do you look more vibrant or do you look tired and worn out? Are you happy or are you frowning all the time? Shake it out. Snap out of it real quick and realize that is not your future. Take this goal 6 months out, a year out, whatever you set today, 2 years out, 5 years out, if you really run with this. What's the difference? Do you look in the mirror and see somebody who's tired and downtrodden, or do you look in the mirror and see somebody who's living their passion, their joy, their energy? What do you feel like? What do the people around you like? What do they say about you? And in the ultimate end, what do people say when they come say goodbye to you? Are you proud of what you've done? Are you proud of the lives you've affected? Did you live your passion and your dreams? If you went tomorrow, what would happen? Would you have done that? Where would you be? Did you really do it? If not, step up, hit this goal, crush this goal, hit the next goal, and rock and roll. Let's put this to use, guys. Let's make the life you want to be. Awesome. I hope this inspires a whole lot more than just a goal-setting workshop today. I'm proud of each and every one of you that hung in here. My heart goes out to you. Love to all. Happy New Year. Let's make 2019 the best year ever. And I remind you to live with energy, passion, and always live your dreams. Never give up on your dreams, no matter what hits you. Never give up on your goals, no matter how hard they get. It's okay to change them. It's okay to shift stuff around. But don't ever give up and live with all that passion and energy. God bless you all. Let's make this the best year yet. Have an awesome day. Happy New Year's. Thanks for hanging out with me. This is Coach Lou sending lots of love.